Hi there. Welcome back to EIN Presswire, powered by Newsmatics. My name is MJ, and I'm here to walk you through submitting your first press release with EIN Presswire. Before we get started, I do recommend using a computer or a laptop with Google Chrome for the smoothest experience. So once you have that set up, first you'll go to einpresswire.com and you can click this login link in the top right corner. Depending on how you signed up, you'll either sign in with your email address or sign in with Google. I'm going to click the sign in with your email button and input my login information. Great. You'll see this pop-up come up if this is a brand new account that has not been through the account review process yet, or if it's still under review. Don't panic if you see this. You can, in the meantime, while the account is going through review, work on your press release draft. That way it is ready to go once your account has passed review. So we'll just close this box here. Perfect. So once you're successfully logged in, you'll be taken to the My Press Releases page, which you can see right here. This is where all of your previous press releases and drafts are saved. Since we haven't created any press releases yet, we are going to click on the blue Send New Press Release button, which you can find right here, or it is at the top of every page as well. So as you can see, a box with an overview of the steps will pop up. The press release submission process is broken down into 3 simple steps: creating your release, previewing your release, and choosing your distribution. For now, we can just close this box. So this is our press release submission form. This is where you'll copy and paste your press release information. We always recommend having your press release copy saved in a Word document or a Google Doc so that you can easily copy and paste it into the form. So first, we have the press release title. We will copy and paste that from the doc that I have open in another tab. We want to make sure that the title is formatted correctly because the title is one of the most important elements of your press release. Make sure that it makes a clear, neutral announcement and uses standard capitalization practices. Here, we have the option to create a custom title that includes things like hashtags and handles for X if you plan to share your press release there. This is optional, so we'll skip it for now. Here we can put in our subtitle, which is a single sentence that summarizes the main announcement. It is optional, but recommended. Next, we select the location for our press release byline. If you're targeting the United States, this will also determine what state you get local distribution to. Since I want to target Washington, D.C., I'm going to put that here. Perfect. Now, we can copy and paste the body of the press release. From the first sentence to the end of the boilerplates goes here. You don't need to copy and paste the byline. Our system will do that for you. Just double check after you've pasted your press release body that the spacing is correct. There should be one single line space between each paragraph. Perfect. So I'm just going to double check. It looks like all of the spacing is correct. Next is going to be adding some links. You'll notice that if you had links in your Google Doc or your Word document, that they did not copy and paste over here. So this is where we'll get to add those. You can add up to 3 keyword anchor text links. You'll simply copy and paste the word or phrase from your press release that you want a link to be attached to. Then copy and paste the corresponding URL in the URL box. So I'm just going to do EIN Presswire as one of my keywords. I'm also going to copy the link that I want that word to redirect to here. We'll also do Newsmatics. Copy that URL here and I will just copy and paste the word Newsmatics from here. You just want to be really careful that the keyword matches exactly with what is written or how it's written in the body of your press release for these links to work correctly. And we'll just keep it to 2 for now. Now we come to the contact information. This is where you can fill in from any contacts that you've saved previously, but since this is a brand new account in our first press release, we don't have anything to use yet. So we have to fill this in from scratch. I'm going to put the contact person's name, the organization's name. This field is required. I'm going to put in the phone number. However, we can choose whether or not we want to show it. I am going to hide the phone number and the email address. You want to keep in mind that this information will appear publicly on your press release. So anybody that reads it will be able to see and reach out to the contact information that you provide. So just keep that in mind. Here we get to add our company's social media links. I'm just going to stick with a single LinkedIn page, but you're welcome to fill in all of these or just a few of them, depending on what your company has. Here we have an optional stock symbol for any publicly traded companies. If you're not publicly traded, you probably don't need to worry about this field, so we'll just skip that for now. Here we have the option to put in an embedded quote. So I'm just going to choose a quote from the press release and put that in here and put the speaker here. We don't need to worry about copying and pasting quotation marks. We will take care of that, or the system will, and you'll see what it will look like on the next step. Here we have options for embedded images. We do recommend using at least one image. You can use your logo or anything like that. I am going to just skip this step for now. We also have a place for an embedded video from YouTube, Vimeo, or Kickstarter. You'll simply copy and paste the URL and give it a title. It's that simple. I'm going to skip that for now though. We also have a place for the embedded website. This is essentially just a preview of what your website looks like embedded into the bottom of the press release. I am going to put EIN Presswire here so you can see what that looks like. And if you're having any trouble with any of these features, of course, always feel free to reach out to us. And this is where you can embed a Google My Business map if you have an active listing with Google My Business. I am going to skip that step for now. We also have the language here. Most of the time it's okay to leave it on auto detect, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to select the language from this drop-down menu. And last but not least, we'll schedule our press release. You can have it go out immediately after it's been reviewed by our team, or you can schedule it ahead of time. I always recommend trying to schedule it ahead of time. That way you get to choose the exact date and time that it'll go out. I'm just going to put Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. You can choose from these preset times here, or you can type into this box. I'm just going to choose 8:45 a.m. Then we're going to choose a time zone. I'm going to click on Eastern. Perfect. So we can either save this as a draft, or we can continue to step 2. I'm going to go ahead and continue to step 2. Perfect. So this is what your press release is going to look like whenever it goes up on the wire. So we've got our title here. We've got our subtitle here. Our byline, you can see, is automatically generated by our system. We've got links. They do appear to be working correctly. This is your chance to go ahead and double check those and make sure they direct to the right places. Looks like it does, and it does. Perfect. This is our embedded quote. As you can see, it adds a little bit more visual interest to the press release. Our images, if we had added any, would appear up here in the top right corner. And as we scroll through, we're just going to take the moment to double check and make sure that everything looks good, our spacing is correct, we've got our contact information here, our company's LinkedIn page, and this is what that embedded website will look like if it's working correctly. Awesome. So I think we're ready to go ahead and continue to step 3, choosing our distribution. All right, so depending on the package that you get, we got our Pro Plus package. That comes with 2 countries and 5 industries, but depending on the package that you get, you may be able to choose a different number of targets with each press release. So I am going to just go ahead and choose some industries here. I'll go with culture, society, and lifestyle, technology, companies, media, advertising, and PR, and perhaps we'll also go with world and regional. Perfect. The United States is already selected here. I'm also going to add another country. We always recommend using all of the targeting options that you have available. That way it maximizes your press release's visibility. So now we're going to save our selection. Excellent. So now we get this pop-up, which lets us know that our account is still under review. So we just need to keep an eye out from our account review team, who is currently reviewing the account and will be back with us as soon as possible. So now we check this box to make sure that we understand and have read that message, and we can return to the My Press Releases page for now. Everything has been saved. All right, so we are back. Our account has been reviewed. I just recently got the email confirming that we're all set and ready to go, which means that we can go ahead and submit our press release for review. So once you log back into EIN Presswire, it should take you to the My Press Releases page again. And as you can see, we've got a saved press release draft that we filled in earlier. We can see it's a draft and it has not yet been submitted. And we can see all of our distribution channels and the release date and time that we scheduled it for. Perfect. So now all we need to do is, if we're ready and confident, we can click Submit for Review. You'll see this pop-up box come up. It just lets you know that the press release is going to be reviewed by our team, just to make sure that it meets our guidelines, which is linked here. That can take up to 2 hours during business hours. Once it's been approved, then our team will send you an email and let you know when it's been distributed. Your distribution report will also be available from the My Press Releases page about 2 to 4 hours after distribution. If you need to make any edits after submission, just let us know and we can go ahead and help you with that. So here you'll just need to confirm that you have permission to speak on behalf of those that you are submitting the press release for. If you've included any images, you're confirming that they meet the guidelines and that you have permission to use them. You've checked all the hyperlinks and they work properly. And you understand our terms and conditions. Now, as you can see, once we've checked all these boxes, the green button lights up and we can submit for review. Perfect. So our team is reviewing the press release. This is how you know that it has been submitted successfully. Here we've got a brief overview so you can take a look at what our content moderation team is looking for whenever they're reviewing a press release. And you can also check the status by clicking here. It will take you back to the My Press Releases page where we can see this release is now under review. All right. Once this release has been reviewed, our team again will reach out via email if there are any issues. So we'll keep an eye on our inbox. But once these boxes turn white or green and either say distributed or scheduled for distribution, we know that we're good to go. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to check out our next video, which is going to be reviewing your distribution reports. Bye for now, and happy marketing.